Okay, this is my take on edge work. I believe that edge work is a huge thing of people in their late 20s going into their early 30s because it's a very stressful time in finding out who you are as a person. Like, you need to find a job or finish college, or some people are starting families and getting married, and that can be scary being committed to everything. So when people do things like skydiving, roller coasters, things that set your adrenaline up, they're pushing their boundaries to find what they're comfortable with and how they react in certain situations. I took notes, so I need to. It also helps these people establish the types of control that they have over themselves, what they can and cannot be in control. So, like, for example, my boyfriend does these demo derbies where he just smashes. Don't look at me. I thought you were looking at me. Sorry. Okay. My boyfriend does these demo derbies and he like smashes into cars and stuff and will work months on this car just to ruin it and smash into other cars to be the last one standing. I think he likes it for an ego boost, but he also, like, that's an example of him doing something crazy because he likes to push those boundaries of himself and he likes to feel like he doesn't have a sense of control, but also does have a sense of control while he's monitoring it, like he's behind the wheel. Just looking back at the notes I took, pushing boundaries to establish what they're comfortable with, it develops certain aspects of their personality that they can carry on throughout their lifetime. And I also think it's just like fun stories to tell your kids while you grow up. Like, people want to do crazy stuff while they're young because they get older and they have more commitments. Like I said, people are buying houses, they're getting married, they're having kids. This is scary. So once you have all those responsibilities, you can't do all this crazy stuff because you have other people relying on you, like a family. And so they feel the need to jam all these crazy things in, one, so they can tell their grandkids about it, because I don't want to be no boring grandma be like, oh, I went to the winery. No, I want to be like, I went skydiving. I mean, like, I wouldn't push it as far as like stealing things because a lot of people think that's risky. I'm reading what. So cognitively, I mean, we don't reach, I think I remember learning in a psychology class that we don't reach our full capacity until like 30, and then it's just downhill from there. So I think psychologically and internally we know that it's only going down from where we are. Not like mentally, but just physically. So we want to be able to push ourselves as much as we can. I read in this neuroscience journal article that they explain edge work and risk control, self-monitoring, and judgment. During this phase, 20-year-olds push the boundaries so they know their limits and they know what levels can be pushed a little bit and what certain aspects of their life they know they can't push the limits of. Also, this phase in people's life help establish these types of control and can help them practice self-control and create their level of judgment. From creating level of judgment, they can find what boundaries they have, what they shouldn't do, what their fears are, and mistakes they make, so they can teach other people or learn from them and mature more as an individual. Let's see what else I can talk about. Another example of edge work would be my first year of college. We had just moved out of our parents' house. I was with my roommate freshman year in Tennessee. We were like far away, and my roommate was like, oh, I want to go get a lip tattoo, like in her lip. And I was like, you're crazy. She was like, my parents would be so mad. And I was like, that just made me think about that, because she did it out of spite for her parents. Like, she would never do that in her life, but she decided to do that because she felt that would make her feel like adrenaline seeking. She had a story to talk about, and she's finally figuring herself out. Like, we are all figuring ourselves out in our 20s and 30s, and it's just something we do so that we can feel like our own person.